Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Mike Check, and welcome back to I Love Colonel Sanders. I think there was a U in there, but I forgot the U. Anyways, we are at the weird thing here, the 5th bite, and let's get to the final bite, shall we? So, without further ado, you awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Let's just move this over here for a second. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own.
Okay, I know this might sound strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank.
Like? Him? Like?
I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him, like him. We had to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders is the most popular kid in this high school?
No, but that does make complete sense.
Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at the school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in front of the homecoming parade.
I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders.
You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? Your thing now?
We've definitely connected yesterday.
Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess?
Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients, huh? Yeah, Miriam, why? Your bestie's eyes light up.
A secret ingredient?
Yeah, and I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? I can add an echo. Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing.
So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden when I was wandering.
This can't be good.
He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own.
Please, Miriam, don't tell me.
So I filled my suitcase with them and I brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I kept with him, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike everything I'd ever tasted.
I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here.
Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pet pals. I bet you would love to know more about new spices.
Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret spice. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Fever.
Please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders.
What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I'm not sharing it with my bestie who will potentially give it to a shady-ass person. Like, fuck. I mean, it's a bestie, but she doesn't need to know. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. It sounds like some kind of witch potion, but what can you do?
Eye Wow!
Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she's definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on a stallion. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Run to him. Run to him. Run to your boy. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of a stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprises the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. Ugh! The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision.
Whoa, my chick. I am here to deliver you a message.
Not this guy.
It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times, and that name is...
But before he can continue, he's suddenly awake.
Ah, jeez!
You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? I gotta lean for that kiss. Gotta go. Whoa! You've known him for a day. Are you really sure? Yes, you must be. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and you pull him in for a kiss. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon. You clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. Well, you know. I had to try. You know, just a little peck on the cheek. You know? Not bad. Oh well. Skippy.
Oh my goodness!
He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of horse shoes, because why would we kiss them? Because that would be, you know, way too soon. We only known them for a day. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who is in the wrong here, but one thing is for sure. The Colonel Sanders is pretty damn dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes, if I do say so myself. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy that they were, pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates a good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey?
I should use that. Damn. Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. Yeah, you never know. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class. You're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them.
Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache.
And it doesn't... Oh. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with a spork monster. That's the same book I found last night at the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secrets. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's time for class. Beep. Beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watched how you talked to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz. Womp.
Who do you think you are talking to? I've never heard such a language, not even from a stand mixer.
Womp. Womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Bzz. Bzz. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room.
Protect me, Colonel... Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows! I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them.
Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I can help you with your business plan.
Just then, Sprinkle arrives to signal a true start of class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly, he loves it. Sprinkle stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkle jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy! Hop! Off hoppin'! The command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's that? What's up with that? Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You'll want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which was why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, mic check? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you sample? Ooh. The shimmery, let's go for the pepper, because this is in the middle. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, this guy again? Damn, this guy's everywhere. Well, only in my hallucinations, but damn, get out of here. You don't live in my head rent-free. I'm giving you an important message. Ooh, you must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, it'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man! You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and it's gone forever! You think to yourself, geez, I should better pay attention. Pay better attention.
We all make mistakes. I'm sure I'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch.
Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics in these two are off the charts. Did I read the right one? Was Ashley talking about both of them? I don't know. Step up and tell him, you're on. A bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it. Then so be it. I'm not a fool. You're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your grumption, mic check. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is the lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer! Then, just a huge light blast in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's not an original quote by me, in case anyone's wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, it was formed under pressure, and now it's my time to shine. I will defeat you myself.
Oh, she's holding that knife in a very threatening way. You had his chicken, and you've made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does the water boil at? At 100 C. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, because 100 C would be too... what? Wait. Get your head in the game. You're going to need some season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. It's 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but you're at least headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers true most flavor? Vigilance. That's wrong! I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never a wrong time for some old dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you you'd never forget where you came from. Every day you meditated in his advice to draw energy from that plate. Now it would be forgetting and harvest that energy. So where did you come from? Small towns where big dreams are born. That's right. That's your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What's the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong! Don't make me get the spray bottle! Is this the end? Yep! Game over. Wow. You do it at... water boils at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's wrong! What are you thinking, Mike Check? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' exact recipe exactly, but you have an idea. It is 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now you got some basic steps going. Time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust. That's wrong! I'm begging you, please get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's the wrong type of dog. Next question. You're clever, and roots for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate and draw energy from that place. You are from a small town where dreams are born. That's right. That's your shot, and you're not gonna miss it. Aroo! Try to shut up the noise and it's not a success. It is not sizzling. It is silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with that they'll be unable to speak. Well, Laura. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Mike Check. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy for traditional Colonel Sanders rice? What did you think? Get your head back in the competition. Grrr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on a challenge? You're falling behind. You and Colonel Sanders riding on a gondola, wedding robe on the beach. What does that have to do with the crafting of spectacular fried chicken and decorative baked biscuits? Woof, woof! You're really struggling to keep up. The next station is over. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colored and complex. To make time, you toss your biscuit dough in the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Mike Check does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and rescue your dough before it's overmixed.
Mike Check, no!
But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck and immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that it's that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Mike Check's injury. You see, Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he licks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert.
Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you to a journey of flavor that tastes good and it tells a story of excellence.
I was going to ask Mike Check to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind letting me your strong, steady hand.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blue. Filet? Jelly? Filet? I'm guessing it's jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, isn't it, Ashley?
Oh, you.
As he places a sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over to whisper something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself in between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. That's my man, Ashley. Get the away, bro. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Wow, really?
Later.
Internalize the rage you fear, because that's the right one to pick. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that you burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they all fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run into the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. Listen to Colonel Sanders, everyone. Listen to him. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to an entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yeah! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Gorko, the Spork Monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that, so if I could take it back, I would, really. I think what Mike Check is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose, we really don't need to fight. It's just that I got these, pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into a creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school. Until one day, some mean kid with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Mike Check. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh my goodness, a lakeside view. Oh. He already had the goatee combo when he was a kid. That's cute. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live in such an exciting... blah, 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 blah. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching. Never stop working. Never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Gave me his grandmother's recipe, or at least the secret ingredient, so it's only fair. You never hide anything from your lovers. You decide that you're ready, as you'll ever be, to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk to yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. A shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on a creamy slaw, until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to this last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. It might spoil, though, so not too long, Colonel Sanders. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. I like this chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize that it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great states of Kentucky." An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he spouts, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Or maybe it's just a drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture just of themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? You take a closer look at the large urn sitting at the pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off clean, you read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. What's this? It's a scented candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched color? A piece of wood floating in the lake. Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret ingredient recipes. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Tap on the item to discover more about the Colonel. What is this? It's a lock of his hair. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Oh, snap. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. I don't see the drumsticks. You look closely and see that there is a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and a mountain range beyond. Just then, ghost of student appears.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I've never learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window and take a crack. And he opened a window crack and a ghost student is swept out with a breeze. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns to you, as soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11. The safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? is a good question. I think I know the answer, but that is a really good question. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one of these off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this really what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan these out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide now your moment to take a big move. You tell him you're cold, you fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. Yeah, you take it slow, you don't just go in for it. Past me. You really need to take advice from future me. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door, but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, mic check. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into your slumber. A dream sequence! Get that ghost out of my face. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will you know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. That looked really good. Just a chicken leg, a biscuit, and some butter on top. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift in cookery? Take him down a peg. No, I gotta flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you.
Oh, where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something might have happened to you.
It's okay, I was just...
But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam.
Sure, but...
You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better keep your dial turned on to polite and respectful. I'm not that type of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know a little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say skydiving as if it's just a typical first date thing to go on, talking pressure cooker? I'd do it.
And now I'm not really sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. I missed that. Back at Colonel Sanders' thing.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together, with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have a swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
You can get your swirly dip too. Why do you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. Oh, come on. Open your eyes. There's a horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, my check, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're just twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has just been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Mic check. How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was declared. But your presentation was quite impressive.
What's he doing complimenting her?
But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, mic check. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more on your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, mic check.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel in the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you'd recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news.
It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff.
A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it were really powerful?
I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane writings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam.
That is way drastic! Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger?
Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No, I cannot forget about my love, not even for a final exam. I will fail this exam if it meant being business partners with Colonel Sanders. I will be his partner, no one else. Not you, Ashley. And Miriam, you be with Clink. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. See what happens next? You must be hungry. Reach for some old homework. Give this a snack. You reach into your backpack and grab some old homework from the last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles up the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, mic check. Were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series about the art of cake baking. How insightful. Oh, that's me. Yeah, I've been sitting on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Mike Check, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room.
I told you to save it for after class. Buzz, buzz. You think I want to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger?
Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises.
But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joanne. J&J forever. Watch it form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, you know. Buzz, buzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great day. Buzz, buzz. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or a cliff for all I care. Sad beep.
I wonder if I can make a sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out from the gaps of his panels. Then a loud ding stops him at his tracks.
Beep.
Bzz.
No amount of seasoning's gonna make me want to eat that, Clank.
Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where that came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see the entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakout to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay?
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone?
Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if it's a source of her frustration. It's just a silly boy. I know you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feelings all the way.
You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for the both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest, anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks.
I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup.
And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head into the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of your recipe that you've been working on. Mike Check's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot of pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders and this blizzard of cherry blossom petals. Mike Check, what are you doing here? There's still time before the exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you to cook off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. This is the decision, isn't it? This is the decision that's gonna make or break my relationship. I mean, as a business partner, you know what? Fess up about your practice dish, because why not? It's my chicken pot pie. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. With an all-butter crust? My nose is telling me there's something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made from a heaping helping of TLC. But it's probably it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. Oh my god. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find his way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe. Is that a trademark? No. I forgot what the R is. Fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with frenzied action. Everyone is calling out special cooking moves as they prepared food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam first furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth.
Best friend, Master Blaster!
Van flexes his pectorals as he chops up the sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! Let roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed.
Shallow personality spatula!
Even Clank gets into it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English?
It's a singularity as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all! Oh no! Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frankly prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book on your own. I'm sorry, I hit the mic again. You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's the most certainly evil magic? No, do it the hard way, as Colonel Sanders told us. Sometimes the easy way is a difficult way, or something like that, something to that extent. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win out of your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. My heart, my kokoro go doki doki. I believe in you, Mike Check. Miriam notices too.
And I've always believed in you, Mike Check, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking?
Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you.
Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
It's the secret ingredient!
However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get eye of new from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up to a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, Spork Monster. Steve? What happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I love watching cooking competitions on TV too. It's pretty great. I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster noticed that you've got a grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it. Sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel a Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long, involved story. You probably don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should just watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class when I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered a huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, mic check. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning up immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know what this power... We know with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you're powering up, your chicken pot pie over the oven can't be served. But don't worry, mic check. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and the time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure and instant giggle that can only come from one student.
I'm flying!
It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet from over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging from a broom hook by his elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad!
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank at UCSAL history. USCAL history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep another onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out sometime later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup.
It's so tiny. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy floating on? Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat on its itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, Chef.
Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked up myself.
Sprinkle carefully sniffs out the dish before opening his mouth, letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it myself. And in a flash, the entire meal's been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug.
Thank you, Mike Jack, for helping me believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an back up. Uni over smooth egg custard in an axhoon urchin's shell, topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. Why wouldn't you do that? A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly what I did. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on the account of his spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing a custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Please, come on, please. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in. Tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back his tongue and is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It's my tongue. This was a stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. This qualified for glamour? Don't this have this? This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step it up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Damn, girl. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and it's meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Mike Jack? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah? Which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too? I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. I mean, she has a point. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to fake nice and be liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If the class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh my god, I want that. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing? It completely blew me away! In my 49 dog years life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. Everybody! You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass! Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van and Ashley are drawn back to magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? I mean, look at Van and Ashley. They finally did the right thing. Acknowledge me. Ooh, that's fancy. The cafeteria's gotten really fancy. And now the school year is complete and everyone has graduated. The students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Aroo-garoo! You knew that Sprinkles is a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley are tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrong they did while they were villains. I'm liking these shorts. Ashley looks nice. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed to graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refers to me by my new name, Party Monster. Party Monster over here. The student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking about Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things don't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. Oh, Miriam looks so cute. The red carpet rolls out the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking to the carpet, you see him perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to compete in the final exam and accept your diploma, so we hadn't mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing in the school, not to mention in honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank to arrive to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Wow, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What?
I actually feel like I knew it this whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no. Obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go all out and buy my chicken. Look at that. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, mic check. I couldn't help but wonder, was our final exam team up purely an active strategy, carried out by 2 cunning chefs, or was it something more? I am afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel the surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongues, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight, they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen, as my co-chef and my partner, in both business and in life? You gasp. Could this be? Is he really saying me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So, what do you say, partner? Hold on, I want to redo that. So, what do you say, partner? Nope, doesn't sound like KFC. I mean, Colonel Sanders in any way whatsoever. We're gonna go with the first take. Well, this take. So, what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. The end! So dreamy. KFC presents. And that was it. Oh man, damn. I'm hungry. They really went all out, didn't they, KFC? And that was I Love You, Colonel Sanders. My goodness. This game made me hungry more times than I can count, but damn. That was a fun game. That was a cute game. I did not fail at any point in this game. I didn't have to restart or anything like that. But what does the credits have to say? Oh, look at that. There's the credits. Thank you to everyone here that made this game. It's free on Steam, and apparently it's version 1.0.1. They had to patch out something, apparently. But that was fun. I love this. KFC. I wish there was more KFCs around the area so I could order some, but you know, I'm gonna Uber Eats some later today. But thank you so much, everyone, for watching I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm Mike Check, and I'll see you next time, everyone. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit that sub and bell notification, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Bye-bye!